yo, dog, you know what it is, dog. Big up yourself, bruv. You done know Drizzy Drake, dog.
The phrase culture vulture gets thrown around a lot these days. Sometimes it's the smelly white girl with dreadlocks at Coachella. Sometimes it's directed at my own stupid face in the comments section.
Trap whore Ross or trap culture vulture Ross.
And other times it's directed at soft Canadian rappers who like to jump on to other people's poppin' songs. Yes, Drake, the beloved, former wheelchair-bound, rapping, singing, wannabe roadman, has taken a lot of flack throughout his career for supposedly being a culture vulture. The most recent accuser is godfather of British grime and weed dealer who keeps telling you he's 10 minutes away for 4 hours straight, Wiley. In 2019, at a tour stop in the UK, Drake decided to bring out several artists that are legends in the UK grime and drill scenes. It was around this time that Wiley decided to go all Kanye on Twitter and start ranting about Drake being a culture vulture. And it didn't take long for Drake to clap back at these allegations.
I'll never understand how, like, supporting somebody's song or even going a step further, giving somebody a song or linking up, I'll never understand how that's not viewed as like something admirable, but I guess people have their own outlook on it. This is something I wanted to get off my chest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just had to talk about it because it's bothering me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't like that. And it was Wiley that said that, you know what I'm saying? I'll just say his name because I felt like that was some goofy shit.
But what had Drake done that was so bad to get Wiley's knickers all in a twist? Well, some would say that Drake selfishly appropriated British rap culture by bringing out some of the biggest names in the scene to his shows. This included Grime's very own Chuckle Brothers, Krept and Conan, recent chart topper and home of witty banter Dave, and fresh from his recent release from jail, cutlery enthusiast Jay Huss. Despite Wiley's boneheaded comments, as a fan of British grime and UK drill, I would say there's nothing better than watching one of your favourite underground artists shell down an enormous commercial venue like the O2 with the biggest rap star in the world. What's there not to like? It was around this time that a video surfaced of Drake singing along in the crowd to the song Money and Beef at the headline show of UK drill artist and my own friendly neighbourhood Spartan, Low-Ski. Now, a lot of my American viewers might have absolutely no idea who Low-Ski or the Harlem Spartans are, so let me fill you in. Firstly, if you're completely clueless about what UK drill is, it's essentially the polite British rendition of Chicago drill, with the main difference being that our gangland beefs are usually resolved with knives, machetes, and rusty old guns from World War II, rather than the Call of Duty level arsenals that you guys seem to settle beefs with. Essentially, UK drill is to US drill what the UK office is to the US office. We know that you're never going to love ours the same way that you love your own, but deep down we know that ours is really better. If you want to learn a little bit more background information about UK drill, definitely go and check out the other video on my channel, The Dictionary of UK Drill. So UK drill groups usually rep local sets that have gang affiliations either in certain areas, estates, or postcodes. The South London crew Harlem Spartans are associated with the estates based in Kennington, where it all started. It was around 2015 that the Harlem Spartans started getting a buzz musically after releasing their initial song 3000 Savage, featuring original members of the crew, Biz and Blanco. Now, Low-Ski had been a known rapper for many years, and he played a big part in the Harlem Spartans' come up during these years, despite being in and out of jail. But eventually, when things were really popping and during some time when he wasn't in jail, he dropped the classic solo tune Hazards, which really put him on the map. The Harlem Spartans kept coming through with heat, eventually dropping Kennington Bop and its jaunty post-stabbing dance moves. The Spartans kept coming with heat, dropping another big song named after everybody's favourite overweight elliptical using fool, DJ Khaled. Members of Harlem Spartans continued dropping solo bangers, with one of the most notable being the track Jason Bourne by Blanco. At the end of 2016, Harlem Spartans dropped two of the most classic songs in their collection, Call Me a Spartan and Kennington Where It Started. It was around this time that they started catching mainstream attention on the internet, and eventually everybody's favourite culture vulture Drake decided to get in on the action and show some love to the Spartans on social media. Question: if gang pull up, are you gonna back your brethren? This was a big look for everybody in the scene, and drip by drip, a lot more mainstream and international attention started coming to the UK drill scene. As we all know, Drake has a history of collaborating with UK artists and bringing them to the mainstream attention. Over the years, Drake has either collaborated with or performed with some of the biggest and best names in UK drill and grime, including Skepta, Giggs, and even the Section Boys. In fact, if you want an extensive list of everybody that Drake has culture vultured / collaborated with, head over to my Instagram at Trap Lord Ross, where I've got an exclusive video there breaking down every single time that Drake has been a British culture vulture. This shout out was a big look for the Harlem Spartans, but unfortunately, through no fault of Drake's, this moment might have been the peak for this group. To be honest, years of bad luck followed this shout out. OG Harlem members Blanco and Miz or Mac got caught on the way to a drilling with a loaded revolver, a samurai sword, and a bulletproof vest. And in case you didn't know, guns are completely illegal in the UK, so that sent those two drillers straight to jail without passing go. I remember first hearing the news of Miz and Blanco going to jail, and it really got me, because not only were they really talented, but it really seemed like they were blowing up and about to go straight. And it just goes to show you that no matter how popping your song is online or how many shout-outs that you're getting from Drake, it doesn't always necessarily mean that you're in a position to completely take yourself out of the drill life. This was really driven home in the summer of 2018, when not long after the banging song from Harlem Spartans, Most Wanted Tugs dropped. One of their members who was featured on the song, Lat, aka SA, was stabbed to death in South London. Now there's quite a lot of interesting info and gossip around that case, which I really don't want to get into in this video. You can look that up yourselves. But essentially the loss of SA was a huge tragedy for Harlem Spartans and brought a lot of unwanted attention to the crew as well as UK drill overall. It was the death of SA along with the death of two members of the local Harlem affiliated crew Moscow 17. These killings happening in such a short space of time put a huge amount of media and police attention onto the drill music scene, especially in South London. The Met Police in London had a lot of really popular drill songs completely taken down off of YouTube, and many drill artists were banned from recording and performing, not dissimilar to the same way that they had tried to do to NWA back in the day. This was particularly notable because several different drill rappers around this time started posting pictures and stories about injunctions that they received, essentially banning them from talking about certain subjects and open investigations, including a specific limit on people talking about the deaths of SA or Incognito from Moscow 17. Even now, big uploads like Lowski's Hazards 2.0 or his Mad About Bars have been taken down not long after they've been posted and can still be hard to find to this day. And this increased police attention saw a lot of members getting targeted and eventually arrested. This even led to some of the UK drill artists that were the most poppin' at the time to essentially distance themselves from the genre and suggest that they were either no longer going to make drill music or that they were never a drill artist. And you can even tell listening to Lowski's music over time that he's tried to put in some slightly more commercial elements to potentially soften up his image and give him more of a chance of going down the music industry route. This is most notable on his huge tune, Forrest Gump, where he glides so effortlessly between spitting complete grease and crooning in a nice auto-tune voice that you barely even realize that he's talking about stabbing his ops. However, Lowski and many other drill artists have struggled to remain squeaky clean with the added attention. In fact, only a few days after Drake was spotted in the crowd at Lowski's headline show, he was already being arrested by police.
I want to show everyone this is what the pagans have done to man. What them doing this? What the hell?
God, they broke the beat. They broke the beat.
As a huge fan of Lowski and the Harlem Spartans, one half of me was incredibly disappointed to see him locked up only days after getting a huge cosign. But on the other hand, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't at least a little bit entertained by this amazing snap that was shared by Miz or Mac, who's still in jail serving time for getting caught with that revolver, hanging out with Lowski in his cell, looking like two guys that are just so happy to be in prison together.
On the wing. Who's that? Who's that? Is that Lowski? Back on the wing. Living life again. What the fuck? Obo.
Honestly, I've never seen a dude so chuffed to have gone from hanging out with Drake one minute to being back in a cell with his homeboys the next. But I guess what can you say, Lowski is a real street dude who has spent plenty of time inside. So what's the appeal of artists like Lowski and the Harlem Spartans to Drake? Well, we've seen over the course of Drake's career, whether it's the UK, the US, or Canada, he likes to keep working with underground street dudes in order to keep his profile up, to keep his name buzzing in the streets and keep himself associated with real dudes. And who could blame him? I mean, this allows Drake to supplement his own credibility in the street world whilst also giving these artists the massive boost that they need. I mean, what's not to love? I personally am a huge fan of the Harlem Spartans, and if you're an American watching this wondering what all of this British nonsense is all about, I would definitely recommend that you go and check out Lowski's first project, Call Me Loose. In my opinion, this project probably has 3 of the best drill songs of all time. Of course, there's that classic track Money and Beef that you've all seen Drake lip-syncing along to like he's a 12-year-old girl on TikTok. It also features the devilish track Stevie Wonder, where Lowski collaborates with well-known drill artist Incognito, who spits a verse talking pure grease about high-profile murder case that he beat not long before he was murdered that same year. And of course, it features what in my opinion is probably the best drill song of all time. It's the appropriately titled Drill, which features 50p headed drill legend Heady One, as well as the recently unmasked and recently released from jail Chingmeister General himself, RV. Definitely go and check that project out if you've been enjoying some of the people in the UK that Drake has been affiliating himself with, and show Lowski some love while he's locked down. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to see more, make sure you go and check out my Instagram at TrapLawRoss to see my bonus video breaking down all of the moments where Drake has been a culture vulture in the British music scene, allegedly. And if you want to support the channel even more, definitely go and check out my merch store, which is in the link below. You can go and cop one of my new Trap Mart t-shirts, which are inspired by the classic DaBaby Walmart ad. If you haven't seen that video, make sure that you go and check it out. And also, I just want to say a huge thank you to every single one of you that subscribed to me recently. I've just hit a huge milestone, which is 100,000 subscribers. And honestly, I wasn't sure if I was ever going to make it there. It was a real dream for me to get to 100K. And honestly, it's happened so quickly, I don't even know what's possible at this stage. So I just want to say a personal thank you to every single one of you that's hit that subscribe button, because it means so much to me. And I'm just so excited to keep making you guys content, keep producing more great videos for you guys to watch, and just keep growing this thing, seeing how far that we can take it. So thank you so much, and you mean the world to me. Appreciate it a lot. So until next time, hope you enjoyed that video, and peace out.